Today's episode is sponsored by Star Cox, your business building dream team for business owners who want it all but can't do it all. Whatever is taking time away from your zone of genius in your business, let Star Cox handle that. Whether you need branding, social media management, systems and automations, website or landing pages, sales and marketing, content creation, and more. Sherri and Jessie and their team of experts are your one-stop solution to implement the projects that have been keeping you stuck while you focus only on your favorite parts of your business. Get unstuck today and scale your business with the Star Cox Dream Team. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Permission to be Wealthy. And today I've got two beautiful and very special ladies, Jessie Cox and Sherri Starr. So I did that because I only ever refer to them as Sherri and Jessie, and I've known these ladies for some time now and just been incredibly excited to have them as our sponsor for this season. But more than anything else, for you to get to know why I am so excited. And as with all the podcasts, I'm going to start off by not doing the typical intro, but by asking each of these ladies to share really quickly, what is your personal definition of wealth in this moment? Want to go first, Sherri?
Okay, so we actually have been talking about wealth lately, especially because our word of the year is opulence.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if we share what our collective definition is of wealth as StarrCox, our business?
Absolutely, yes. I'm excited, like with a word of the year, like opulence. Now I cannot wait to hear your definition of wealth. Yes.
Okay, so Jessie, you want to share our definition of wealth?
Yeah. So our definition of wealth is having the means to fulfill the desires of our hearts and our vision, whether spontaneous or planned.
Oh, it's the spontaneous part.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Like everything else, I'm like, yep, really good. Heard that before, but the spontaneous piece. Oh my gosh, Jessie. That's the wealth right there. That is it. Whether spontaneous or planned. I absolutely love that. All right, so there you go. One of the things that we love doing on this podcast is expanding each of our definitions of wealth. And after like so many episodes, it's like, oh my gosh, it's now 3 pages. Definition. But I am definitely adding that one, right? The spontaneous, being able to honor the spontaneous choices. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious. I have known you ladies for some time, but never really heard the story about how you came to be business partners and created Star Cox. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Go ahead, Sherri.
Yes. Well, Jessie and I had our own independent journeys as coaches before we ever met. And both of us later realized that they were similar in a lot of ways. And the similar nature of it is we each had coaching in businesses. We would work with clients at the same time. The journey of becoming successful, where you're getting regular clients, where the messaging is landing, took much longer than necessary and was the typical cookie cutter model that we were taught. Mm-hmm. And this industry is just replete with lots of how-tos and not a lot of support. And we were independently feeling this way, but hadn't expressed it. And we met at a mastermind. And then I'll let Jessie take it from here because this is where she, quote unquote, proposed to me.
All right.
Well, so during COVID, I actually threw my back out and was in bed for quite some time. So the only thing I really had was a phone.
Okay.
And when I started to realize, I would go on Facebook on these pages of like where I've spent money on coaching programs and other people have spent money on coaching programs. And what I started to see were questions, people asking just regular questions, not these really big questions, but like a simple question, like a piece that they got stuck on.
Yeah.
And it would be crickets. They wouldn't get a response. And what I recognized is that that little question could hold somebody back from moving forward in their business. That one little thing of like, what platform should I use? Or how do I set up an automation? How do I do an email sequence? would stop them in their tracks and not get the support that they need. So I called up Sherri and said, there's a real need for support out there to not feel, so they don't feel alone. They need to get support to really recognize that it just takes them to get past that one step, and then they can keep on going.
Right, right. So that was your, so tell me, did you have like a fun proposal? Like, how'd you do it? Did you take her out on a date? Like, what'd you do?
Well, first she
Both
proposed.
of your mutual husbands. Just so you know, going out on a date to propose.
I know, right? She didn't propose to me on the first date. She did ask me on a date very quickly, though. And because I'm a recovered people pleaser, I have this process of when someone asks me something, even if it sounds exciting, I say, let me think about it. So she said, we should get together. I have this great idea. We need to have a summit. Coaches need us. They need support. I'm a support person. You're a support person. We can solve this. Let's do it. And of course, I got all excited. And, ooh, how fun. And then I said, nope, pause. Let me think about it. And how long did I think about it, Jessie?
It wasn't a full day.
Jessie.
She knew what she was doing. And then it was very soon thereafter, she said, I don't want to pressure you, but I'm just thinking we should probably have an LLC. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're actually proposing to me now. Like, we're in this for real now. So I had to leave behind a successful business I had. Not that I had to, I chose to leave behind. I was building and running sales teams and coaching coaches on how to sell.
Yeah.
And building a team for another client of mine. And it was going great. And but Jessie, I just couldn't say no to Jessie.
Oh, so how long ago was that? Like
2.5 years during COVID, right in the summer of the height of the lockdown and everything. Yeah.
It was 2020.
So I probably met you, like, obviously very close to when you first started.
Very, very, because we immediately started working on the summit together. And one of the first things that we said was like, let's find speakers for the summit. And we just started reaching out to successful coaches and people that we really respected and said, let's get them to help our people.
Oh my gosh, I love this story. And one of the things, like, in my world about being able to create your reality, I've just been hearing like all of these different synchronistic stories lately of people coming together in businesses, and it's just such a powerful reminder that everything always works out. You're always in the right place at the right time to meet, like whatever is needed will always be provided. And
Tasha, that has been exponentially true since we started doing your money manifested boards for 2 years running now. The things that we put on that board just become magnets, and the people, especially the people and the team members and the clients, are just naturally and easily with ease, just finding their way to us. And it's so fun. So I just wanted to say that because
thank you for the shameless plug. Thank you.
No, but thank you. It's true. Yes.
That is a power. I mean, that is right. That is what I preach, is just reminding people that we are creating. And when it comes to wealth, which is what, we talk about on this podcast, I would love to hear from you. Obviously, one of the things that I find and why I refer so many people to you is there, especially for those of us that are entrepreneurs, so we're chugging along and we're, like, we went into business for financial freedom. Let's not gloss it over. Yes, we might want to save the world, and we want to save ourselves and our families first, right? So the real reason is, again, back to your wonderful definition of wealth, which is to be able to have spontaneous choices, to have choices, and to be in control of our financial destiny. And so that's why we do it. We're in pursuit of wealth in lots of different, varied definitions of wealth. But when it comes to going on this scary journey called entrepreneurship, and especially those of us that are in the, like, you are the product business, like we're not selling a pen or a paper. One of the things that I would love for you to just share is, how does a service that you both offer in your business allow women to experience wealth with ease?
Yeah. So one of the things that we really believe in and what we offer is We give them the permission to release the need to do everything.
Can you pause? Can you say that again louder for the people in the back?
We give them permission to release the need to do everything alone.
Oh my gosh. Not only are you
And you have to
speaking to my soul,
retrain.
not only are you speaking to my soul in this moment, because I am still a little bit guilty of that, but I know that so many people, it's this idea, I'm just going to interject here. One of my best business advice, the number one, I would say, up there in the top 5 business advice that I have been given is an accountability partner friend of mine who once said, you know what, Tasha, I was moaning and groaning about all I had to do and all the things I needed to figure out and how much I did not love a lot of the things I had to do. And it was like, but it needs to be done. Somebody needs to write these emails. Somebody needs to send them out. Somebody needs to figure out what an ad looks like, a landing page. And my head was, it was like I had 50 arms, right? And one little brain that just wanted to serve. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I remember her looking at me and saying, how about you just make enough money to pay the people who are really great at those things to just get it done? The best business advice. And you know what was inherent in that question? That sounds so simple for me. Like, right, obviously, Tasha, duh, like that was your biggest business advice. I had never thought about it like that. And I immediately set that intention. Oh, yes, I will make enough money to pay the people that are really great at that. And the other part was, as women, we have this like tendency to, because we can do it all, does not mean we should do it all.
Yeah.
And the hardest thing, and that's why I love what you said in how you give women, is we actually need somebody to give us permission or to remind us, like, give yourself the permission. There's no one here saying you should do it all, right? So I absolutely love that. That is, believe it or not, you need not say anymore. Like, can you just create a t-shirt? You have permission. You have permission to not do it all. But anyway, I need to say that. So keep going. You give them permission.
And we have to remind them and retrain them.
Yeah.
We have so many clients that we have to kind of smack them on the hand and say, wait a minute, it's been a week since we've talked to you. You just told us that you struggled alone on this and this and this and this all week. You have hired us. We are here for you. You no longer are alone. So please, just let's rewind and let us do it. You do not have to do that. We have to continuously retrain them. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's a big one. Anything else that you can think of, like just helping women to experience, like, even, and that's it, like giving yourself permission to have ease. Even after you've paid for it. That's what's interesting about what you said. Like, let's all think about that. So we paid for someone to do it, help us resolve it, but we're still so addicted to this, like, it has to be hard. Let me keep making it hard for myself. That's really interesting.
Well, I think it's because we've been trained, especially in our industry and being an entrepreneur. You hear everybody, I'm a solopreneur. And they wear this badge, right? They put on this badge. I'm a solopreneur. Check me out. I'm a solopreneur. And we know that the large companies, big businesses, there's not one person running it. It's a whole team of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's to try to retrain them to say, okay, great, you've gotten this far by yourself. It's okay now to reach out and ask for help. And it's okay to receive help.
Yeah. Wow. I think that's going to be a mic drop moment for this entire time with you ladies today. That's really powerful. I am curious. I'm curious about your experience of this. So I know, like I said, I have, and the reason I'm so happy that you all are the sponsors for this season is it was such a natural, like, hey, do you want to do this? Because I'm already sending you tons of people because I not only believe in the product and the service that you offer, but I see the need for it as I serve clients, right? And yes, it takes someone being long enough on the journey to go, why am I struggling to do all this? And I love what you said, Jessie, at the beginning. So everyone listening, just think about this. Like, where are you stuck? What is it that you like know needs to be done? You know, it's a thing that will keep you moving, but you're stuck. For example, the last client that I sent to you all had this great idea for a course, right? Has had it for what? I mean, just think about that. Like, this gift to the world, she's had for years, right? On her heart, in her spirit, knows it's the answered prayers to so many people, but she hasn't moved on it because she can't figure out how to set up a funnel.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the ease part, where it hadn't occurred to her until you said, well, you know, you don't have to figure that out on your own. I have somebody you can talk to, and they could do it with you or for you.
Yeah.
And I think that thought right there just blows people's minds sometimes, because it hadn't occurred to them that somebody could just take it and say, let me help you with that. Another client that you recently sent us, this is a great example of ease.
Yeah.
And we also get so inspired by our clients, because the crazier the request,
I think I know this story.
This crazy request came to us, and we looked at each other and said, yes, we want to do this for you. So she came to us and said, I want to go on a love sabbatical for a month and a half, and I want to walk away without anything to do with my business. And I want to go like this and hand it to you. And I want to be able to be blissfully with my husband, get married, go on a honeymoon, and have the best time of my life without concern about my business, which, by the way, just happened to gain 3,000 followers in the last month. She has tons of momentum. And most people would have scarcity in that moment.
Would go, oh my gosh, I can't walk away right now.
I can't stop what I'm doing because it's working.
Yeah.
Right. And I've got an audience to serve.
Yeah.
She not only asked, she accepted, she's receiving, and she's currently on her love sabbatical while we're taking care of her business baby.
And I am on like the receiving end of this, because I'm watching all the things that you all are doing, and I know the behind the scenes, and I'm like, wow, like, good for her. Kudos to her. And maybe, you know, we're not getting married, but I mean, I just think of, like, for example, there's not a big thing in your life that you need to get away from, like go be on a love sabbatical. But I just think about the amount of time and energy that gets consumed with all the things that you are handling, which I'm sure it's just part of your package, right? That you are handling while she is away. And just think about the everyday woman that's in business. The amount of time, I bet it is astronomical, that we are stopped in our tracks, not moving forward, worrying, and just consumed and overwhelmed, because we don't know that there's an amazing service out there that you all provide. So this is one of the things that I love, and why, again, I'm so happy you're sponsors, is because we get to share this with our community. And why don't you tell everyone a little bit about the service that you offer?
You want me to do it?
Go, Jessie.
So we are your one-stop shop, really. Whether you want us to help do it with you, because there are some people that really want to see it happen. They want to see how it's done. They want to see the back ends. Then there are others who are just like, I just want to go serve my people. That's why I started my business. I just want to coach, or I want to consult. I just want to do that. I don't want to think about how to create a website. I don't want to think about how to create a funnel or landing pages or email sequences. So we have an amazing team of experts, because we even accept that we can't do it all. Right. And we ask for help when we need to ask for help. So by asking for help, we have assembled what we like to call as our Avengers. Oh! And we have a group of experts. So when you come to us, there's, what we find is a lot of times in our industry, it's like you're a la carting it, right? It's like, I got to talk to this person because they know emails and marketing. I have to go to this person because they know sales, and this person knows how to do funnels. We want to bring it all together. So you stop here and we take care of all of it. And that's our service.
About ease.
And I spell that EASE.
Yeah.
Was there something else you wanted to say, Sherri? You wanted to add to that?
I just say we want to implement for people. We want to bring
Yeah.
that ease. You are the being coach
Yeah.
and we are the doers. So if
Yes.
you've got, whether you're a person who's got so many ideas for your business, but you just don't have the capacity to bring them to life. Like if you've had an idea that's sitting on the shelf for too many months or years, that's a sign that maybe it's time to give it to someone that help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you just know that the task list that you have is just, it's a daily grind and it never seems to ease up. In fact, it seems to get more and more, and you're lacking time and with your family and your friends and your me time, and you're feeling a little burnt. If you're on that path to that burnout,
Yeah.
that's a sign that you can go like this, and
Yeah.
we will take care of your business baby, whatever will ease you up so that you can have time for you and the clients that you're here to serve.
I love it. I'm thinking about my when I had my little daughter and I had to work. I had to, right, financially provide and contribute to our family. So I had to put her in daycare, right? And so it was like all the, yes, I want to be the mom that teaches her how to this and teaches her how to that, but I had to go make a living. And I feel like, you know, it's the same thing with business. Like we have to create income. We have to create revenue. We're here to serve. Like, and that's the thing that we're passionate about doing so that we can receive the wealth that we want. But all these other things in our business need tending. Like it's our baby, right? So it's like my little daughter. But
Yeah.
thank you, God, to those daycare workers that taught her how to read and write and walk and right and have fun with friends and like all the things that they did while she was in their care. And I feel it's the same thing with you. It's like, here's my business baby, and like I'm gonna just go over here and do the part of it that like is my part, and you take care of this, and know that I can trust you. And I'm here to vouch that you can trust these ladies. Like I said, I have referred them so many clients, and truthfully wanting to do that even more, which is why they're here sponsoring the season. So the last question I have for you all is, think about the women that you serve, especially because this podcast is primarily women. You know, what would you say is one thing that they can do to just to step into more wealth with ease? Like they can do this, start doing this one thing today.
Yeah. Well, we have a process. It's a 4-question process.
Okay.
It is born because of our need to ask ourselves these questions, especially me.
Okay.
I tend to be exactly that person that you talked about before. Just because I could do it doesn't mean I should do it. That motto is in my head always. So these questions, so they can ask these questions right now. Number 1, does this, whatever I'm doing or whatever I think I have to do, does this have to be done today? That's number 1. Number 2, does it have to be done by me? Number 3, am I sure it has to be done by me? I have to challenge it because that surface level
will say
yes,
of course, you're the only person that can do this well, right?
Yeah, because we in this community, I would imagine the women listening are incredible people who have many skills and talents. So yes, you could probably do it really great. Does it have to be done by you? And are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Then the last question is, what could I give away to someone else so that I could have space to do this? If the answer is yes, it has to be done by me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then what else can I give to someone so I can do this? Yeah. I love that. Those are 3 really great questions. And, you know, as I listened to you, I thought about it in the big leap context, right? Like, yes, I can do a lot of things, and I am actually really excellent at doing a lot of things. And that's like our zone of excellence. But I really want to live in my zone of genius. And then Sherri and Jessie, your zone of genius is handling the stuff that's not mine, right? It's my zone of excellence, and I can do it. I could fudge around and figure it out and be consumed and spend a lot of time there, but it takes away from my zone of genius. I want to spend 95% of my business working hours in my zone of genius. And I want to give the zone of excellence stuff to you because it's your zone of excellence. And that's just such a powerful way to think. Those questions are really profound. Thank you. All right. So how do people get in touch with you? Like they're probably chomping at the bit now. Oh my gosh, I didn't know this service. And that's what I think. Every time I think of you ladies, I think so many people need to know that you are all out there, right? So how do people find you?
Well, first of all, you have to ask yourself, you're at a place right now where you need to release some of these things, then have the conversation with us, because it could just be one project that you need to get done, or maybe a long-term project that you need to get done. So we say book a call with somebody on the Star Cox team. And as crazy as your request may seem to you, and you can't believe that you're going to ask somebody if it's a possibility for us to take it over, get on that phone call and ask. If you're stuck in any way, get on the phone call and ask. Like, this is the opportunity right now that many probably have been waiting for to move forward in your business. So the call to action here for your audience is to book a call with the Star Cox team.
All right. And how do they do that?
With the link in the show notes.
All right. There you go. Ladies, it's been amazing as always to have you. I love the podcasting, but I wish there was a way that, we could do podcast and you could see your faces, because you're so just beautiful, bright, amazing energy. And I feel that everybody's business baby is safe with you. So thank you. And I'm excited to see all the women that get to experience wealth with more ease, because they've just turned the heavy stuff, the stuff that's heavy to them, over to you all.
Thank you, Tasha.